What is quickness? Quickness is the ability to react and change body position with a maximum rate of force production. Quickness is different with agility and speed because of rate of force production.
Next is quickness exercise. First is lateral ratio drill. Place two markers 10 to 15 feet apart on the ground. Start in the middle of the marker while facing several feet away. Bounce or throw the ball to one side and shuffle in the lateral movement to catch the ball. As reaction times improve, the marker distance can be increased, the speed of the ball can be increased, or the reaction ball can be used. Next is T drill. Set up markers set up on the ground in a shape of T, with each marker 15 feet apart. Start on the marker that is the bottom of the T. Straight sprint toward the top of the T and at your verbal cue of the left or right. Change the direction towards the appropriate left or right marker. This drill can be visual instead of an audible reaction. It is important to the cue is made just before the top of the T, so it needs to be make a quick decision and change direction. Next is ball drop drill. Stand facing toward your client and about 15 apart. Randomly drop a bouncy ball and your client will quickly move toward the ball once it drops and try to catch it before it bounces on the ground a second time. Next is mirror drill. Position two marker to 20 to 30 feet apart. Have your client stand in the middle of two markers and face about your 10 feet away. Shuffle or move quickly and randomly between the two cones and your client mimically your movement.
Next types of training is reaction ball drills. Reaction balls are a great way for clients to practice quickness and reaction on their own or with a personal trainer. Reaction balls have an irregular shape, so when they hit the ground or wall, they bounce in random direction. There are a few different ways to use the reaction ball in an exercise. One of the most basic drills is a ball drop. Your client will hold the ball out in front of their body while in athlete stance. They will drop the ball and react quickly to retrieve it after the first bounce. Next is sprint at an inclined hill. Treadmill sprints at an incline, sprint with leg resistance, sprint with band resistance, wall sprints, or any variation that allows you to get leaning forward and working on an aggressive knee drive and shin angle is going to be a very effective tool for getting faster. I recommend starting with one set of 8 reps after a good warm-up. To be effective, these efforts all need to be less than 10 seconds in duration and have plenty of rest in between, at least 50 seconds or more. Once you do 8 progress to sets of 10, 12, 15, and 20. Next is pro agility, also known as the 5-10-5. This drill is featured at the NFL and MLS combines and is a standard at many college sports programs across several sports. This drill tests an athlete's ability to accelerate, decelerate, and change direction, all key skills for an athlete in a sport where agility and change of direction features prominently. All these skills can be drilled individually, but the 5-10-5 is one of the top tests of agility out there without question. Start with drilling your shuffle step and jab cut to make sure that you are training the skills needed to do this drill correctly. And last is lateral shuffle. The lateral shuffle is my favorite agility drill. While the Pro Agility 5-10-5 is one of my top drills, it is also a test and requires many skills working together at once to master. The reason I like the lateral shuffle so much is because it is simple to coach and highly measurable. It also teaches athletes to change direction faster, which is a key skill in soccer and many other sports. There are many ways to progress this drill, but I like to start with 5 sets of 10 seconds of maximum efforts. It is important to rest enough between sets, at least 50 seconds and probably 2 minutes between sets is the right amount of rest. A good score is 14 or more touch in 10 seconds. So that's all for types of training. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faris Adib bin Fazilah. My matrix number is 2019961311. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about type of sport that occur the quickness. For the first one, American football. Why I say American football have the quickness? Have you watched the American football? Okay, American football is just the same. The gameplay is like a rugby, but they have a gear that guard their shoulder and helmet. Okay, the American football player must be quick because to catch the ball and make a point. Okay, for the second one is soccer, mostly for winger. Why I said for winger? Because they must be quick, must be quick to go up and then back down. They must bring the ball quick to make sure to get assist for the striker to goal. Okay, for the last one is sprinting. As you all know, sprinting, they must be fast, speed, fast, the same, and quick. At the first start point, they must be hear the gun, pound, and then must be quick. Okay. Next slide.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zaitadlina binti Zaini. My magic number is 2019794407, and today I will present about benefits of quickness training. Injury prevention. Quickness training increases balance, control and flexibility, allowing the body to maintain proper posture and alignment during movement. It is help the body learn correct body placement, meaning sensitive areas like the shoulders, lower back and knees are protected while moving quickly. Improve balance and coordination. Quickness training encourages the body to develop balance in the midst of dynamic movement, much like the gymnast on the beam. Practicing quick stop and starts, hand-eye coordination, and speed help the body work as a whole. When the body is working in sync, movement become more fluid, more smooth, and coordinate transition. Improve recovery time. Sometimes, an intense workout can leave you with sore muscle and decrease energy levels the next day. But the burst of movement in quickness training, when practiced over a sustained period of time, help build strength in the musculoskeletal system, which in turn can shorten recovery time.
Okay, hi, hello, bonjour. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you guys the principle of training for quickness. Okay, the principle of training for quickness that I'm gonna tell you guys is intensity and progression. Okay, for the intensity, the example of intensity that we can do in the quickness training. First, at the first time you do the training, you have 10 seconds to sprint, and then you increase the intensity to 20 seconds of sprinting, and then up, increase more until you gain more speed that you want. Yes. And then for the second one, progression. To make sure have a progression like time. Okay. At first you sprint 100 meter for 11 seconds, example. And then for another day you make a progression until you beat the older record. From 10 second you go to 8 second. Oof. You might win when you compete with Usain Bolt. Okay, that example like that. Progression is like that. From 10 second you sprint in 100 meter and then you go more short the number. Go to 9.12 second. Okay, that's all from me. Next slide.
Hi, my name is Natasha Tika Binti Jamil. My entry number is 2019946953. So I'm going to explain about do's and don'ts when we do quickness exercise or training. So firstly is warm up and stretching before we do exercise. So why we need to do warm up and stretching? Okay, it is because warm up help us raise the temperature of our body and our muscles, so they will be ready for exercise and prevent injuries. Warm up also increase our heart rate, gets more blood and oxygen flowing to our muscle and prepares our body to burn more energy. For the point number 2, which is comfortable shoes, is choosing a proper shoe can help to protect us against common injuries associated with our type of workout. Good shoes can lessen the impact of our step and cushion the foot from heavy landings. In addition, sport or exercise specific shoes can improve our performance. So if we play football, we use boots for football, and then if we play badminton, we use badminton shoes like that. So for example is quick direction change, which is quickness. So we change the direction where we want to go. Point number 3 is focus and have a target. So when we do quickness, we need to focus and have a target because exercise help triggers endorphins, which improve the prioritizing functions of the brain. After exercise, our ability to sort out priorities improve, allowing us to block out distraction and better concentrate on the task at hand. The next is don'ts. So for the first point is don't joking when we're training. When we're joking while we're training, our brain will not focus and concentrate when we do the exercise, and our body also will unable to do the exercise because there's too many distraction around. Last but not least is do not use equipment that is not suitable for training, such as if we want to do football drills, we can't use the ball that's for basketball because the ball is very different. And football we use our leg, while basketball we use our hands. The ball is very different, and basketball ball is very bouncy and can't use our leg. Okay, lastly is do not wear inappropriate clothing and shoes, such as if we want to swimming, we need to use our swimming suit. If we want to play basketball, we need to wear our jersey. If we want to play football, we need to wear boots. And if we want to play badminton, we need to use badminton shoes.
Okay, now I will talk about the disadvantage for quickness training, which is the number 1 is easily to get an injured, such as sprain. Quickness training is known as the training that easy to get injured if not doing it properly. So by that, if the performer want to do the quickness training, they must be monitored by the coach or the specialist in quickness training. The movement of the quickness training is usually in a repetitive movement. So the next disadvantage is require some specialist equipment that might be expensive, such as foot ladders, 175mm hurdles, and markers. So the last one is they do not increase muscle mass, which is quickness training is usually in a fast movement, which is opposite which the training to increase muscle mass, which is slow movement.
Hi. Okay, now for the last slide is conclusion. Conclusion for quickness. Quickness is important for all athletes at any level. It allows them to achieve peak performance and improve control over their body while decreasing the risk of injury. Effective training for quickness must include some form of reactive behavior to an unpredictable stimulus. Okay, that's all from my group. Thank you.